Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Teufelstal, round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. It's the MXGP of Germany. We're at the Talkastle circuit here. As we enter the second half of the season, we're already one race down, one more to go. MXGP Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. My name is Paul Malin. Thanks for joining us once again for the live broadcasts. As always, every single round this year. No matter where you're watching in the world, it's a warm welcome here from Germany. Nice warm breeze blowing through the center of the valley here. It's been hot all weekend long, touching 30 degrees out there on the track at the moment. The MXGP riders are currently out on track for their sighting lap. And we are in the east of the country, about 180 kilometers from Berlin. Not too far away from Leipzig as well. It's about 30k away, and slightly less than that is a place called Halle. But we've got a good crowd in here today, as always. But who will it be that stands on the top step of the podium here? In the past, Tony Cairoli has 5 victories, Jeffrey Hurlings has 3. So too do people like Stefan Everts, Mikael Pichon and Joel Smets. Ken Roxon has had 2 victories here in the past. Tim Geiser, also a winner here previously in MX2. Jeremy Seewer, also a winner here in MX2 in the past. And Roman Fevre, a winner here recently in MXGP as well. So still a lot to play for this weekend. We will see the highlights in just a few moments. But these guys have had a great time here this weekend. Anyway, here's what happened in MXGP Race 1. Over on the far side, Tim Geiser just got his nose ahead. Jeremy Seewer behind him, alongside him on the Kawasaki, the 33 of Liebe. The guy in black, Paulan, quickly into third with that pass on Jeremy Seewer, but then he got pushed back to 4th. The 2 fluorescent guys, the lead rider there, number 99, Max Anstey, the one on the left, Ivo Monticelli, a bubble for Fevre. Searle off and did not finish. Tim Geiser led by about 6 seconds, threw it away, picked himself up, and as he rejoined the race, clobbered Jeremy Seewer. He bobbled, and that brought Julian Liebe into play. Number 21 and the 461 battled over 5th, Paulan and Fevre, as Tonus, number 4, started to close in on Liebe in a battle for 3rd and 2nd that would eventually also lead them onto the rear wheel of Jeremy Seewer. Fevre nudged his way past the number 21 of Gauthier Paulan. And then for 2nd, we saw this change. Liebe hard at the inside of Seewer on his Monster Energy Kawasaki. Joy, though, turned to doom and gloom over in the green corner a little later on in the race. Tonus, though, was solid. He was in 4th. We didn't see it on camera, but Liebe had a big off. More on that in a moment. But Tonus being caught by Roman Fevre in the latter stage of the race as they battled for 3rd. Anstey got pushed back to 7th as a hard-charging Glenn Koldenoff, who stalled just over the line, made his way to 6th. Seewer bobbled on the last lap. That allowed Tonus to go through and take 2nd away. But it was Tim Geiser, for the 11th time this season, who was victorious in race 1. Honor Tonus was 2nd. Seewer, Fevre, Paulan, your top 5. Anyway, Lisa Leyland was down on the grid a few years ago, because the rider she's talking to hasn't been around for a while. Number 13, Valentin Guillot. Let's hear what Guillot has to say ahead of race 2.
Well, we've seen some colourful races today, but the final race of the day is just around the corner. As always, I want to catch up with a couple of guys, the first being Valentin Guillot. Valentin, we haven't seen you since the Motocross of Nations last year. Just tell us what you've been up to.
Oh, you know, end of last year I didn't have any contract for this year, so unfortunately this winter was really tough. I just did the Supercross of Geneva, and after that I stopped riding. Yeah, it was really tough. I want to stop riding because I was over with that, and I didn't race, didn't practice all winter, and yeah, one friend in Switzerland told me in April, yeah, I give you one bike, just go ride and make some races, and then see if you like still that, or if you don't like it, you have to stop. And then finally I came back on the bike, and I really enjoyed. Then I did some race in Switzerland, then I raced in France and in Germany, and today I'm here and I finished 13 in the first race. So 2 months ago I want to stop racing, and now I'm back, so still have a lot of work, but that's going good.
Good job you're back. I mean, P13 was a fantastic result.
Yeah, it was great. I knew it will be tough with physically condition. I'm still way too short. I have to be more sharp for the future, but you know, I take that for a big opportunity to see what I have to work, and yeah, for the next week, and then we will see what's going to be my next GP.
Have a great result. Thanks.
Here's how the top 5 look in MXGP ahead of MXGP Race 2. Tim Geiser, unchanged for the first 3. Geiser now extends his lead, obviously, over the absent Tony Cairoli. Siwa getting closer. Paulin and Tonus are still 4th and 5th, but Tonus now just 2 points behind Gauthier Paulin. He is 6th behind Jeremy Siwa. So are we going to see a change for 3rd, 4th and 5th? Seems to be a lot of Yamahas out there doing good work at the moment, but Glenn Koldenoff managed to split a couple of them up in race 1 with a 3rd. But here's how the rider, that was his 3rd in qualifying. He was 6th in race number 1. But Tim Geiser goes to the line first ahead of Jeremy Siwa, Glenn Koldenoff, Gauthier Paulin, Roman Febvre. Here's how they do line up. Based on their qualifying race yesterday, Julian Lieber was 6th, but he will not line up. I went and spoke to the Kawasaki squad in the break between race 1 and race 2, just as Julian Lieber came back from the medical tent, and that crash at the top of the hill means he has a broken elbow, and he will not be on the plane to Indonesia in a couple of weeks' time. So both the Monster Energy Kawasaki riders out for the foreseeable future. Tim Geiser just clears a little bit of dirt away from his little piece of mesh there as he goes in pursuit of a possible Fox hole shot, just like he did in race 1. Final preparations ahead of MXGP Race 2. Here at Germany, round 10 of the FIA Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Germany. There is Jeremy Siwa in between the 2.59 of Glenn Koldenoff and the 2.43 of Geiser. Arminas Jasikonis hit the gate in the first race. Eventually, he came back through the field to 12th. But as he crossed the line, Glenn Koldenoff had a bit of a bog. The bike fired back up, but he was a long way back going into the first corner. Somehow, miraculously, he came through in 10th place at the end of the first official full lap on his standing construct KTM. Eventually came home in 6th. Gauthier Paulin looking pensive ahead of race 2. He was 5th in race 1, the 4th Yamaha in that particular group of riders. Tim Geiser, one little mistake cost him the lead almost, but he managed to pick himself up, rectify that. Came home to win his 11th moto win of the season. Roman Febvre just going through his pre-race breathing routine. He was 4th ahead of Paulin. Arno Tonus, number 4, and Jeremy Siwa was 2nd and 3rd. Glenn Koldenoff, standing construct KTM, 3rd in qualifying yesterday. Good charge through the field to 6th in race number 1. Possible shot getting on the podium, that would be nice for him. And Arno Tonus again arrives here with 4 consecutive podiums on the bounce. Portugal, France, Russia, Latvia. France and Russia, he was 2nd overall. Can he make it 5 in a row? Ivo Monticelli, standing construct KTM, another good start, but just made a bobble on the first lap. And Arminas Jasikonis, he'll try his best not to hit the gate this time around on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. He's lined up there next to number 41, his teammate, and to his right he's got the number 89 Honda SR Motor Blues rider of Jeremy Van Orby. The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the final time this weekend. MXGP Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. The MXGP of Germany here at the Talkessel circuit in Teushental. Who will it be that grabs the foxhole shot this time in race number 2? Heads go down. Look to the right-hand side. Number 4, Arno Tonus, though, from about 10 or 12 gates over. He comes out in 3rd, quickly pushed back to 4th, but Geiser again with another hole shot. He goes from 2 to 3, and Febvre down in turn 1. And there's that Siwa down as well. All of a sudden, Yamahas are falling like flies here. 2 in 2 corners. Tonus, though, in third. Number 4, just behind the number 41 of Paul Jonas. Geiser leads. Is that Anstey? I think it is, the number 99, who is in 4th place. So another good start for the Brit. Anstey, the lead standing construct KTM rider. But here is Geiser, Paul Jonas, Tonus, Anstey, Paul there in black. Then Koldenhoff, a much better start for the Dutchman this time around. Then we've got Tixier, 7, Van Horbeke, 8, Bogus, 9, Bernardini is in 10th place. 11, Monticelli, Anton Goal is 12, Jasicone is 13, Leot 14, Misha de Waal, Pascal Rauschnacker, Jeffrey de Wolf, Tommy Searle, Vladimir Tarasov and Sever Brulyakov. There he top 20. Seawer picks himself up in 21st place, Guillaume 22nd. Fevre right at the back though, just ahead of Nathan Dixon, the RFX KTM rider, powered by PAR Homes, filling in for the injured Sean Simpson at the moment. This weekend is a wild card. Here's Anstey looking to go around the outside of Tonus. He's got the right line coming into this left-hander, but just needs to err on the side of caution. Can't win it on the first lap, you can definitely lose it. Deal with the sun just disappearing behind the clouds now, just to make visibility a little bit more easy. Because obviously you get the shadows in the ruts this time of the day. But Geiser leading the way, Jonas second. This is the fight for third though. Tonus, Anstey and Paul working their way towards the end of this first lap. Then Koldenhoff in red. He's in 6th place. Van Horbeke is now up to 7th. He's found his way past Jordi Tixier. 9th is Bogas. 10th now is Monticelli. Just ahead of the Guidinelli racing Yamaha of Bernardini. And it looked like Van Horbeke was in a little bit of battle there, coming into one of the downhill sections over on the racetrack. Tonus still holding his line in 3rd position here. Number 4, Anstey right behind him, number 99. Anstey 7th in race 1. As Geiser with a 150.9, 1.9 seconds clear of Paul Jonas on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna in 2nd place. Jonas, former world champion in MX2 2 years ago. Already seen the podium, has already got to stand on the top step in Lombardia in the mud. Here's Romain Fevre riding peakless, having crashed at the start, or just after the first turn. Watch this here. Oh, down the start straight. Bites the dirt hard. You're just picking up speed there. He got squeezed by Monticelli and Paulin. Buries himself in the ground. Lucky to get up away from that one, Romain Fevre. So it wasn't a first turn crash. It was a mid-start straight crash for the former world champion. As we came over the line a moment ago, with Paulin there in black in 5th place, the top 5 were separated by 6 seconds. But Geiser has clear track. So he might just be opening up a bit of daylight between himself and PJ 41 this time around. Paul Jonas. Arno Tonus thought he'd won the Grand Prix a week ago. Romain Fevre thought he'd won the Grand Prix a week ago in Latvia. Tim Geiser was happy just to have won the race. And then he found out that he'd won the Grand Prix. All 3 of them shared the same points. Not as close as that this weekend, though. Geiser stays where he is. Of course, it's going to be 1-1, 50 points, win number 5 in a row. But look at the time on the clock, 25.5 minutes plus 2 laps. Tonus wishing that we're already in the final 2 laps, because he's got his hands full with a very persistent Max Anstey. Seawer has been down again, I believe. Oh, this was the first corner on the exit. Look, he was in 3rd, spun around, lost the front. And here he is now, Jeremy Seawer in 12th place. So it's been a good recovery for the Monster Energy Yamaha rider. He's just sat there behind the 321 Guidinelli racing Yamaha of Samuele Bernardini. A couple of riders legging their way through the corners there. Here is Fevre, picking himself up from turn 1. He is also into the points in 20th place. Got no visor, though, just to deflect the roost off of the guys ahead of him. 212, Jeffrey DeWolf on the North Europe Racing KTM. And just ahead of them, Pascal Rauschnecker. Here's Paul Jonas, still there in second. He was about 2.6 seconds down on Geiser at the end of that second lap. This will get him on the podium as well, you know. Paul Jonas, 10th in race 1. Currently second in race 2. The podium will look like this. Geiser 1-1, Tonus second and a third on 42. Jonas on 33 with a 10th and a second. Anstey would be 4th on 32 with a 7th and a 4th, and Paulin would be on 32, 5th overall, with 2 5th place finishes. But as always, this is motocross, anything can happen, usually does. Anstey looking good though on that standing construct KTM. Number 99 just needs 2 good starts, and you can stay out of trouble in the first couple of laps. Makes his job a whole lot easier where he's got those first 3 laps out of the way. He can just be a little bit more methodical now in his approach. Gauthier Paulin just behind him. So Anstey sandwiched between the 2 Monster Energy Wilvo Yamahas of number 4 and number 21, Tonus and Paulin. Tonus in 3rd, Anstey in 4th in the fluorescent colours. Then we have Paulin there in black, Goldenhoff just behind him. Teammate to Anstey, standing construct KTM. Monticelli just behind his teammates. So all 3 standing boys are in the side, the top 7. Tim Matthijs, team owner, will be loving this. Jeremy Van Horbeke has lost a couple of positions. He was in 8th place. Jasikonis, Bogas and Siwa all move up 8, 9 and 10. There's Max Nagel having to watch from the sidelines, but Geiser continues to lead here, race 2. Gauthier Paulin working his way downhill into turn 3. The number 21 on the Yamaha being pursued by the 259 KTM of Glenn Goldenhoff. This is for 5th place. Sun just getting a little bit lower, but not so bad. It's not like a winter sun, obviously, given where we're at, time of the year and everything, but still, as you head uphill onto the side of the bank, it is on that side of the racetrack. Just need to use your visor. Obviously, Roman Fevre, who is now up into 17th place, will be one of those riders struggling for that because he's riding Bullet, having crashed going down the start straight. Paulin up on the pegs, taking the long way round. Goldenhoff just a little bit more sedate. Doesn't lose too much ground in the process either. A lot less effort as well, probably, to stay that inside line. But Geiser leads 3.5 seconds over Jonas. Tonus 3rd, Anstey 4, Paulin 5, Goldenhoff on the face of the jump now in the background in 6th. Monticelli in the fluorescent colours in the background in 7th. And then we've got Jasikonis, Bogas and Siwa now up into 10th place, just there. So here's Jeremy Siwa giving chase to Team HRC's Honda rider Brian Bogas, the 189. He's currently in 10th place at the moment, but after finishing 3rd in race 1, Podium at the moment is not quite out of his reach, because he is on 31 points, just 1 behind Gauthier Paulin. 6th, 5th, Anstey on 32, Jonas on 33. Goes around the outside of the factory Honda rider. Factory Yamaha versus factory Honda. Siwa just getting the better of the Dutchman. Moves into 9th. This is where he fell on the start. He's done well to recover here. Riding on instinct now. Number 91, Siwa. Van Horbeke just in the background there. The 3rd rider in shot as he looks to break the top 10. Siwa now into 9th place. He can still make the podium, but it's going to be a hard, long slog from here. And there will be no time for rest. 19.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. MXGP race 2. We're at the MXGP of Germany, round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. Tim Geiser continues to lead, 3.7 seconds clear on his Honda, ahead of Porsche Jonas on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, Arno Tonas on the Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha, Max Anstey on the Standing Construct KTM, and Gauthier Paulin. Glenn Koldenoff is in 6th, Monticelli 7, Jasikonis here, number 27, just on the white machine at the top of the hill. He is in 8th place. Jeremy Seawer is now up into 9th, having fallen on the opening lap. Just coming into view now into this right-hander below us. And in 10th position, we have Brian Bogers. Jeremy Van Horebeke, Honda SR Motor Blues, looking to go around the outside of Bogers, just as we started to pan away this way. But if Van Horebeke finds his way through, that'll put him up into 10th place. Bernardini is in 12th, Anton Gold 13, 14 for Searle, 15, Valentin Guillot, 16, Severbrilyakov, 17, Fevre, 18, Leot, Pascal Rauschenegger, Jeffrey DeWolf. Fevre crashed down the start straight in at the start of the race, and he's picked himself up for 17th, and he was just about a half a second. In fact, he's just passed Severbrilyakov right now, moves up into 16th place. But Fevre was also eyeing up a podium here, along with his Yamaha compatriots Arno Tonas, Jeremy Seawer and Gauthier Paulin. As it stands right now, 18 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Tim Geiser is going to be stood on the top step of the podium for the 5th straight Grand Prix. Tonas and Jonas will be 2nd and 3rd. Tonas has about 9 points over Jonas at the moment. So Van Horebeke did eventually find his way past the 189 of Brian Bogers. That did put him up then into 10th place. The Honda SR Motor Blues rider will be loving the fact that he's just passed a full factory Honda. But Geiser setting the fastest lap of the race, a 50.2 on that 6th lap. Race 1 was a 49.7. Van Horebeke taking a look up the track to see where the next rider is. Of course, it'll be Jeremy Seawer in the dip, just ahead of him on his Monster Energy Yamaha. Seawer 151.3, Van Horebeke 151.2, so similar lap times for the Swiss and the Belgian. Here's Geiser though. Even before Tony Cairoli got hurt in race 2 last week, and even before Jeffrey Hurlings picked up a race win in Latvia a week ago and didn't line up for race 2 because of an ankle injury. A lot of people saying how good the combination of Tim Geiser and Team HRC Honda have looked the last few rounds. Whatever work they're doing is all paying off, and the combination looks solid. Got a real deep grunt to it as well. Oh, Tonas legs off the bike at the end of the pit straight there as he tries to hang on to 3rd. He's got a little bit of a gap, but not much. 1.9 over Max Anstey. Geiser again, fastest lap of the race at 49.5. 49.9, sorry. That was Tonas coming into land. Unseated ever so slightly. So Geiser, 149.9, fastest lap of the race on lap 7. Jonas 2nd, 5 seconds behind. Tonas 3rd here. Nicely done, jumping into that bank. Few guys doing that, Anstey included. Then Paulin, still there in 5th, but about 4 seconds behind now. Koldenoff 6th, Monticelli 7, Jasikonis 8, Seawer 9, Van Horebeke 10. There he is in the opposite direction, the Jerry man, around the tree in white. Jeremy Seawer not able to close the gap on Jasikonis at the moment. Of course, former Suzuki teammate of his a couple of years ago when AJ was MXGP. Seawer and Hunter Lawrence were riding in MX2 2017. Knows him very, very well. Still good friends. Paulin here, heading up this little charge for 5th position, number 21 on the Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha. 2 standing contract KTMs, Koldenoff and Monticelli, right in his wheel tracks as well. Monticelli at 150.8, a couple of tenths quicker than Koldenoff last time around. So the Hoff will know that his teammate will be closing in. But after 7 laps, almost 8 laps, Geiser continues to lead. It looks like he's stretching his lead at the head of the field over Jonas and Tonus. So 14 minutes plus 2 laps remain. MXGP race 2 here. Round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Germany here at Teufelstal. There is the 259 of Glenn Koldenoff and his teammate, Ivo Monticelli. Those two circulating in 6th and 7th place. AJ Jasikonis is getting closer. The tall Lithuanian starting to bear down. A mistake there from Monticelli as well. Gives the Lithuanian just a little bit of hope as he looks to go after a possible top 5 here. He's still got some work to do to even think about that, though. But just over 13.5 minutes plus 2 to go. This race and the results in it are far from decided. Tim Geiser 5 seconds clear of Jonas. Tonus about 6 seconds further back. That'll be good enough for a podium, though, for the Swiss rider. And that'll be podium number 5 in a row. And it'll be 2nd overall. AJ just losing ground on Monticelli ever so slightly, though. Koldenoff pulling his finger out. Sensed the danger from behind. And he's got a little bit of a turn of speed here as he goes back after Gauthier Paulin. But another fantastic ride for the 128 of Ivo Monticelli. A shame about his 14th in race 1. Because here he is, on terms with the best of them in race 2. Only 19 seconds off the leader, Tim Geiser, after 8 laps. But can he keep AJ at bay? Severbrikov looks like he's gone missing from 17th. That means Leok, De Wolf and Rauschnecker. And Jeremy Delintz will also inherit positions. But 12.5 to go in this 2nd MXGP race. Gauthier Paulin, number 21. Monster Energy Wilbo Yamaha still fending off the challenge of Glenn Koldenoff on the standing construct KTM 259 just behind him. These two still fighting over 5th place. 4 seconds further up the track, Max Anstey, the lead standing construct KTM rider, and just behind these two is the 3rd from that particular KTM squad, Ivo Monticelli in 7th place. There he is in the background. But it's Tim Geiser just over 5 seconds clear of Paul Jonas on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, who continues to lead this race in what has been a dominant display here at the MXGP of Germany by the Slovenian. Paul Jonas 2nd, Arno Tonus is 3rd, on course for a podium. Anstey 4, Paulin 5th, Koldenoff 6th, Monticelli 7, Jasikonis, Seawer and Van Horbik, your top 10. Put the flag out now with 11.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Geiser will be on the top step of the podium, 50 points for him. Tonus on 42, Jonas on 33, Anstey 32, Paulin 32. Not done yet, though. Tommy Searle in the thick of it. Number 100 on the Boss Kawasaki. Anton Gold just ahead of him for JWR and Samuele Bernardini. So Bernardini losing 2 positions this time around to both Anton Gold and Tommy Searle there for the Boss Factory Kawasaki squad. Roman Fevre just in the background. There he is, number 461. He crashed, having got squeezed by Paulin and Monticelli down the start straight just as they're hooking 4th gear. Makes light work of the Guidinelli Racing Yamaha of Bernardini. No Julian Lieber, he crashed on that hill in MXGP Race 1. But Roman Fevre, this is why he is languishing in 14th place at the moment. Watch him, number 461 over on the left, got squeezed by Monticelli, who got pushed over there by the 41 of Paulin, 41 of Jonas. Fevre, temporary role as a stuntman down the start straight, fortunately picked himself up and rolled out of the way. It's been a hard slog. Oh, face full of roost off the rear wheel of Tommy Searle as well as he came into land there. Here's Monticelli bouncing his way into this right-hander, constantly being pressurized by the 27 of Arminas Jasikonis. as they continue to fight over 7th. The number 27 there, AJ for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing in 8th. Siwa in 9. He also fell on the first lap. Quickly got up towards the top 10, but his progress has stalled now that he's come up to these two. Still about 3 seconds down, lapping very similar lap times. Circuit now, pretty much the same pace for everybody. Even Tim Geiser, your race leader, by 4.8 seconds. A 52.6 that time around. AJ looking to go around the outside of Monticelli. Gets the power down on the Husqvarna. It's going to be a drag race down to the corner here. 2 into 1. Well, it does go, but outfoxed by the 128 of Ivo Monticelli. AJ thought he'd nailed the pass. Not to be, though. Not this time around. Proper bulldog spirit there. It's obviously a Brit trapped in an Italian's body, isn't he? Ivo Monticelli. Showing that British bulldog tenacity. Brilikov up to 16th. So he had a timing glitch earlier. Bernardini down to 17th. But AJ will look to try again. Not going to be easy, though, is it? Monticelli making him work for every single point. Here's Anstey in the fluorescent. So the lead standing construct KTM rider. Nathan Dixon there, just a lap down in his first ever MXGP round here. Filling in for Sean Simpson, bike on the track and all the rest of it. Anstey looking good here in 4th place. 2 seconds behind Arno Tonus. Actually, Anstey could take 3rd in the race. It will not affect Arno's position. Of course, get on the podium, you want to be in the top 3 at the same time, don't you? Paulin and Koldenhoff continue their little dispute. Monticelli right there behind them as well, but here's Tonus and Anstey. See how the ground is really starting to polish up now, getting hard and slick. Been windy all through the weekend. That jump in the background, normally you get blown offline, also the finish line as well. But 7 minutes plus 2 to go here. MXGP Race 2 in Germany. Tim Geiser already over the line. Monticelli, off-track excursion, bottom of the hill, turn 3. Did it cost him a position? Let's have a look in a moment, but Geiser, Jonas, Tonus, Anstey, Paulin, Koldenhoff, they are your top 6. Monticelli was 7th. Jassiconis has nicked a position away from the Italian. And Siwa has gone through in 8th place as well. That puts Siwa tied with Jonas. So Siwa finds his way past AJ here. He could find himself on the 3rd step of the podium instead of Jonas. Wonder if he knows that. Monticelli down to 10th. Because Jassiconis, Siwa and Van Horbik now 7, 8 and 9. Geiser, 5.6 seconds clear of Jonas. He is in control of this one, but behind him, anything can happen for those final podium positions. Tonus looking solid at the moment, 2nd overall with a 3rd and a 2nd and a 3rd. But Paul Jonas, who currently sits 3rd in the race, currently sits 2nd in the race, is on the same points, 33, as Jeremy Siwa. Just here, Siwa going after AJ. I mean, it's Jassiconis, but Jassiconis just turning it on a little bit here. He's found 2nd gear. So Siwa could miss out again if he's not careful, and a bit of a wobble there as well. Lost the front, leg came off. Is he pushing just a little bit too hard in the latter stages of this 2nd MXGP race? 5 minutes to go. Fevre has found his way past Searle. Jeremy Siwa. Here's Jeremy Siwa. This was a mistake from Ivo Monticelli. And it was a full Monticelli that time around for the Italian as he fell from 7th. 4 minutes, 20 on the clock, plus 2 laps. MXGP Race 2. We're at the 10th round of the FIA Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Germany, here at Teushenthal. Tim Geisser just over 5 seconds clear for Team HRC Honda. Paul Jonas is in 2nd, Arno Tonus 3rd, Anstey 4th, Gauthier Paulin is in 5th. Podium as it stands right now, Geisser on 50, Tonus on 42, Jonas and Seewer on 33, Anstey and Paulin on 32. Here's Jeremy Seewer, the number 91 on the Monster Energy Yamaha, needs to find his way past Arminas Jasikonis on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna if he is to get onto the 3rd step of the podium here this weekend. But AJ's teammate, Paul Jonas, will be relying on a favour from his Lithuanian teammate to keep him back there. Bit of a swap from the handlebar there from Seewer as he came into land. Here's Geisser, 3 minutes plus 2 to go. He's looked solid all weekend, hasn't he? That one mistake in race 1, though, is only blip. Been able to dictate the race and the pace both times so far here in Germany. He was victorious here in MX2 back in 2015, the year that he won his first world title in the MX2 category, before following up with a back-to-back championship in MXGP the following year, 2016. No Jeffrey Hurlings, the winner from last year in MXGP. No Tony Cairoli, the winner from the year before in 17 and 16 in MXGP. Tim Geisser, I won't say he's in cruise mode, but he's making it look pretty easy. 2 foxhole shots this weekend for the Honda HRC rider. Here's Arno Tonus, number 4, continues to circulate in 3rd place. Going to be good enough for a podium. We'll move him up to 4th place in the championship as well. C will be on 289, Tonus 288, Paulin on 286. So there'll be 3 points separating 3rd, 4th and 5th in the MXGP title chase as we head to the 1-week break before resuming again in Indonesia in 2 weeks' time. Paul Jonas, as you can see, on the podium in 3rd at the moment, looking for his 2nd podium in MXGP. The Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider, number 41, neatly picks his front end up to drop it on the downside into what is the penultimate corner on this racetrack. 3 laps. There's your lap time, 52 job, 52 point, whatever. See how precise the mechanic was. 53.4 this time around. It was a 52.2 last time, though. Jasikonis, his teammate, right there. 93 of Jonathan Bengtson, a lap down. There's Jasikonis. Looks across as he finds his way past Bengtson. AJ still there in 7th place. He's got 2 seconds over Seewer. So Seewer will not be standing on the 3rd step of the podium here this weekend, but he does look like he's closed down slightly. So there might be one last push here from the number 91 Swiss Yamaha rider. So Seewer here in 7th, Van Hoorbeek about 4 seconds further back in 8th. Monticelli is, in 9th, and Monticelli in 10. Bogas 11th, Bevra up to 12th. 5 seconds down on Bogas. Anton Goal is 13 for JWR Yamaha. Tommy Searle, Boss GP, Factory 14, Valentin Guillot. Good to see him back, 13th in race 1, 15th in race 2. He'll be pleased with that, having not been on the bike that long. Tano Leop, A1M Husqvarna, is in 16th. Seba Brilikov, 17th. Jeffrey DeWolf, North Europe, KTM, 18th. Misha DeWaal, Hutton Metals, Yamaha. 2 more point scoring rides for the Dutch rider today. And Samuele Bernardini for Giardinelli Racing Yamaha. They top 20. AJ. 3 to go. 2 to go now as Geiser hits the line. So Geiser starts his penultimate lap. Jeffrey DeWolf up to 17th with a move on Brilikov. Geiser looking solid. Just up on the pegs. Letting the suspension do the work. The back end, utilising his upper body as well, just to make it a little bit more effective there as well. He's managed a 5 or 6 second gap throughout this race, doing just enough to stay there, it would appear. Jonas in second. All of a sudden, Paulin onto the rear wheel of Anstey. Paulin on 32. This could put Paulin on the podium if he can find his way past the Brit. As we said a while ago, this race is not done. The final step of the podium has not decided until the checkered flag, because it is too close to call. 2 guys on 33, tied for third. A point further back, you've got 2 guys on 32, both of them, Anstey and Paulin here. Paulin looking to get on the podium with his teammate, Arno Tonis. In doing so, he'll take Paul Jonas away from it as well, because he currently holds that third step on 33 points. One last push from the 21. Gauthier Paulin needs to deal with the back markers efficiently. He doesn't do that. Back marker does look across. He knows that Paulin is there. Paulin has just 1 lap to do it. Anstey, though, looking for a 4th place finish here. And 5th overall in the Grand Prix. That'll be his best by a significant margin as well. 9th overall at Matterley Basin, Max Anstey. Been a while since we've seen him operating within the top 5. He got a 4th place finish on a couple of occasions. First round of the season, race 2 in Argentina. First race of the second of the Italian Grand Prix at Mantova, Lombardia. But he's got his hands full here, and they're both going after Arno Tonis. Tonis can afford a loss of position or 2, but it will change the final outcome of the podium significantly. A 3-way scrap for third on the final lap of MXGP Race 2 here in Germany. Tonis, Anstey, Paulin, Koldenhoff, 4-way scrap. Can Tonis hold his nerve and bring it home? 3rd place. His podium of 2nd overall is already pretty much guaranteed by about 9 points. But he won't want to give it up on the final lap. Paulin looking to challenge with 5 corners to go. Anstey will go defensive in the fluorescent colours on the standing construct KTM. Paulin goes around the outside on the Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha. Anstey knows he's there as well. And Paulin charges down the inside. He makes the pass on Anstey, pushes him down to 5th. Paulin is going to be on the podium here on the final lap. I'm sure of it. Tim Geiser, meanwhile, takes the double moto victory here in Germany. Paul Jonas will cross the line in 2nd. Where is he? 7 seconds back. Tonis hits the line in 3rd. Paulin in 4th. Anstey 5th. Koldenhoff in 6th. Let's see how that shakes up the podium here. Paulin on the podium in 3rd. So Geiser wins it. Tonis and Paulin, both Monster Energy Wilvo Yamahas, are going to be on the podium together for the first time this year. I'm hoping that Louis Voster's brought his checkbook with him. Team owner, be paying out some serious dollar. But Tim Geiser, your overall winner here, round 10. Another dramatic end then to another dramatic Grand Prix Paul Jonas just finishing off the podium. There's his dad running down the down here just towards us. But he'll be disappointed to have missed out by a point on the final lap there, because that pass from Paulin on Anstey was the thing that Paul Jonas had no control over. But there's your top three: Geiser, Tonus and Paulin. And of course, we will talk to the winner, Tim Geiser, in just a few moments' time. Another win in the books for the Slovenian. But how tight is it in the championship chase? Siwa on 289, Tonus 288, Paulin 288. That's third, fourth and fifth. All high fives and smiles down there at Garibaldi, Team HRC. Here's Tim Geiser, winning his fifth straight Grand Prix victory with another 1-1, but 6-1 in Latvia. Anyway, here's Lisa Leyland getting ready to talk to Tim Geiser, our Grand Prix winner here this weekend.
Tim Geiser, congratulations. Another dominant performance from yourself, going 1-1, getting your 6th overall victory.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I mean, like, I had so much fun. Also, like, I make a race easier with the start because I take whole shot in both motors. So, yeah, I'm so happy at the moment. So, can't wait for Indonesia already. So,
great job. Thanks, Tim.
Another dominant display here from Tim Geiser. He was victorious at Trentino, round 4 with a 1-1. Portugal, France and Russia, and again here in Germany. Official confirmation then, MXGP Race 2 here in Germany, round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. Another solid display, a dominant display from Tim Geiser as he picks up the 25 points ahead of Paul Jonas, Arno Tonus. That move on Paulin had significant consequences for the overall outcome on the podium. Anstey gets pushed to 5th, but still a good ride for the Brit. Koldenoff, his teammate, was 6th. Jasikonis, C with Van Horbeke and Monticelli rounding out the top 10. Brian Boger's 11th in the end, ahead of Roman Fevre, Anton Gold, Tommy Searle, Valentin Guillot, Tano Leok, Seba Brudikov, Jeffrey de Wolf, Misha Boyd de Waal and Samuele Bernardini. In the overall classification here in Germany, Tim Geiser bags 2 lots of 25. Tonus a 2nd and a 3rd, 42. Paulin on the podium by a point, edging Jonas off of it. Siwa coming home in 5th. That's how tight it was this weekend, but the pass from Paulin on Anstey, the deciding factor for the 3rd step of the podium here this weekend. Championship looks like this, but look how tight it is. 3rd, 4th and 5th. Siwa 289, Tonus and Paulin now tied. Teammates, you can't separate them, can you? 4th and 5th, they're just 1 point behind Jeremy Siwa. Jasikonis 6th. And then movement for Van Horbeke and Koldenoff as well. And Jonas. Manufacturers chase, Honda on 450. KTM now 2nd, Yamaha 3rd, Husqvarna and Kawasaki down there in 5th. Should we take a look at the foxhole shot then? Just like he did in race 1, Tim Geiser does the double if you like. Double race winner, double black foxhole shot plate winner as well. Surges to 3 and up to 2nd behind Tony Cairoli. Cairoli has 8. Geiser has 3. Tonus now on 3. Fevre, Lieber, Hurlings and Koldenoff all have 1 each. Or Fevre 2, Lieber 2, Hurlings, Koldenoff 1 each. Almost ready for the podium. Another fascinating end to the FIM Motocross World Championship, this time the MXGP of Germany here at the Talkessel circuit in Germany. Third overall this weekend, Gauthier Paulin. It's been a while since we saw him up here, Lombardia. But he takes his 4th podium of the season. All 4 of them have been third place finishes. But his teammate at Monster Energy, Wilvo Yamaha, Arno Tonus, it never gets old. Not for him. 5 podiums on the bounce now. A third, 2 seconds, a third, and a second here in Germany. And he and his teammate to his left, Gauthier Paulin, tied in points in the championship chase as well. But Tim Geiser goes 1-1 here, wins his 5th Grand Prix victory in a row, his 6th for the season. He's only been off the podium once, and that was in Lombardia, where he was 6th overall at Crash Fest, where he couldn't stay on the bike, but he's since made up for it then, hasn't he? Giacomo Garibaldi, team owner, Garibaldi Racing, Team HRC, will collect another team trophy here this weekend in Germany. Hard day's graft today. But Gauthier Paulin, his 4th trophy of the season. Marco Moldenhauer on hand to deliver that 3rd place trophy to the Frenchman. Larissa Papameyer, the diminutive German, a former WMX winner around here as well, hands a 2nd place trophy to the Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha rider of Arno Tonus. And the overall winner, Tim Geiser. Another solid day. 2 foxhole shots, 2 wins. Maximum points for the Slovenian. Andreas Kospan, MSC Tuischenthal, handing him his winner's trophy here this weekend. And Giacomo Garibaldi also picking up the team trophy for Garibaldi Honda, Team HRC. But Paulin on the podium after his last lap pass with 3 corners to go on Max Anstey. Championship leaders red plate, though, still belongs to Tim Geiser. We'll take a 1-week break before we head to Indonesia. But there are your top 3, Geiser, Tonus and Paulin. National anthem time for Tim Geiser and Slovenia. Top 3 on the podium here this weekend. Tim Geiser, Team HRC. The Monster Energy Wilvo Yamahas of Arno Tonus and Gauthier Paulin up to his usual mischief on the podium. But we'll talk to the top 3 in just a few moments' time.
Tim Geiser, congratulations. You controlled your races, you controlled your pace and your lead. You told me you enjoyed the first race. It looked like you're just generally enjoying your racing at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying racing so much right now. I mean, like the weekend couldn't go better. We won both motos, and with the whole shots, what was missing in the first half of the season. So I'm happy that we got a good start this weekend, and riding was good. I think track was really technical this weekend with many rods. So line selection was really important. So yeah, I'm really happy with the overall. So huge thanks to everyone around me, all the team and everybody. So all the fans as well. Thank you very much, guys.
Great job, thanks Tim. Second overall today, Arno Tonis. Arno, a second and a third, a fantastic run of form for you. I'm getting used to chatting to you at the end of the day. 5th podium, good job holding on to that 3rd position in that second race.
Yeah, it was tight. I felt like it was kind of heavy at the end of the race with the heat and everything, and yeah, I did a mistake actually, and Max came back just right on the last lap, and so I had to really push hard till the end. And Gauthier made the pass on the last lap to be on the podium, and it's super cool for the team. I'm really happy, and it's amazing. The team has been putting a lot of work, and be both on the podium, it's super cool. I'm really happy for the team and everyone.
Congratulations, great job. 3rd overall today, we have Gauthier Paulin. Gauthier, it's been a while since I've seen you on the podium. Fantastic pass on Max there in that final lap to change the shape of the race. Tell us about your weeks.
I mean, before telling you about my race, it's been a long time without podium, and I had a crash in Portugal, and then not so much luck in France, and back again, a huge one and stay on the ground in Russia. So Latvia, I need to build it up back, and I was really tired from all those crashes, crazy one, and now I'm back on the podium. So hopefully, being back. Actually, I feel really good, still not 100%, but I really can't thank enough, Monster Energy, Yamaha, Vilvo Racing. It has been amazing, amazing journey with Arno Tonis also on the podium. We are back in the game.
Congratulations, thanks Gauthier.
A double Monster Energy Wilvo Yamaha podium this weekend here, round 10 of the FI Motocross World Championship. Gauthier Paulin finishing 3rd, just behind his teammate Arno Tonis, on what was a fantastic weekend for the team here this weekend. Gauthier Paulin on a personal level, though, good to see him back on the podium since Lombardia in Italy. Arno Tonis, 2nd overall here this weekend, a 2nd and a 3rd, a 5th consecutive podium for the Swiss rider. But Tim Geiser, victorious again, extends his championship lead. He will keep the championship leader's red plate on the front of that Honda as we go to Indonesia in 2 weeks' time. Well, another fantastic day here in Germany. We will take a week off and we will return in Indonesia for the first of 2 races in Asia. Tim Geiser, solid this weekend. 2 foxhole shots, 2 wins, extends his championship lead. But he also becomes the 7th Honda winner here, and he's a 2-time winner as well. But he won here in MX2 in 2015 and again here in MXGP. Top 5 of the championship now looks like this. Geiser on 441. Tony Cairoli, of course, not sure when he'll return, but look how tight it is for 3rd. 1 point separating 3rd, 4th and 5th, and they're all Yamaha riders. Well, that is all we have time for here, folks, this weekend. Round 10 is in the books. Join us in 2 weeks' time when we go to the MXGP of Indonesia at Palembang. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.